This is 41 Today on 41 NBC.
Good morning and welcome to 41 Today. I'm Cameron Branscomb. 7 years have gone by and one Macon-Bibb family says they are still waiting for justice for the murder of their loved one. 41 NBC's Lisbeth Gutierrez spoke with the Smith family about their wait and why this case is taking so long.
You don't know if you want to cry or smile, you know what I mean?
That's the feeling Ricky Smith's family goes through every time they look back at these photos. They're the last photos taken of Ricky before he was murdered 7 years ago. It's a moment Chiquita Smith says continues to hurt.
It was heartbreaking. And then just to witness my daddy lifeless like that. Somebody that's so full of life, joyful, helpful, was nothing that I could do.
We reported Smith was shot by Donna Jackson on September 5th, 2015. At the time of the incident, Jackson claimed self-defense, but she was later charged with murder. Now, as the years go by, Ricky's sister, Gloria, says the family's frustrations are increasing.
It shouldn't take 7 years for anybody, and definitely waiting 7 years and nobody call you and even say, hey, we haven't forgot about y'all. We got y'all. We never got a call. That's sad.
We reached out to the district attorney's office to see where the case stands. They sent us this statement saying Jackson filed a plea of incompetency. The DA's office will hold a competency trial tentatively scheduled for October 4th. The family hopes this will finally get them the trial Ricky deserves.
Of course, he's my brother, and I'm going to always be my brother keeper. So it don't stop here.
Each year, the Smith family gathers to host a balloon release in his memory, and every get-together is a celebration to remember the man he was.
I refuse to let my daddy's case just be silent.
In Macon, Lisbeth Gutierrez, 41 NBC News.
The Smith family says they'll keep fighting for Ricky until justice is served. They also hope to host a walk in his memory. Memphis police say a 19-year-old gunman killed 4, injured 3, and even live-streamed some of his attacks on social media in a terrifying rampage that lasted more than 5 hours. Jesse Kirsch has the details from Memphis.
This morning, police say 4 people are dead and 3 more injured after a 19-year-old gunman went on a shooting spree through Memphis, allegedly targeting people at random as he drove through the city. Police say 19-year-old Ezekiel Kelly's rampage began in the early morning, the violence later continuing for nearly 5 hours across 8 different crime scenes, including this auto zone. Police say he made it hard to track his movements by repeatedly carjacking different people. A minor league baseball game downtown called off, the ballpark locked down for hours as authorities recommended people shelter in place. Court records show that a warrant for first-degree murder was issued Wednesday for Kelly. The reason for that warrant is unknown. In an earlier criminal case, the suspect pleaded guilty to aggravated assault, and Memphis's mayor says if the suspect had served a longer sentence, 4 people would be alive today. Jesse Kirsch, NBC News, Memphis.
Buckingham Palace says Queen Elizabeth was placed under medical supervision and her family has traveled to Scotland to be by her side. Doctors say they're concerned about the 96-year-old's health. NBC's Molly Hunter reports from London.
This morning, Buckingham Palace released an extraordinary statement. I'm just going to read it out right now. It reads, following further evaluation this morning, the Queen's doctors are concerned for Her Majesty's health and have recommended she remain under medical supervision. The Queen remains comfortable and at Balmoral. This is a rare statement. This is the strongest indication yet of her poor health and of the level of concern from the palace. Now, last night she canceled a virtual Zoom meeting. We did see her, though, in person on Tuesday. She was on her feet with a cane, appointing the UK's new Prime Minister, Liz Truss. Now, Liz Truss has spoken in the last hour. She said the whole country will be deeply concerned by the news from Buckingham Palace this lunchtime, adding, my thoughts and the thoughts of people across our United Kingdom are with Her Majesty the Queen and her family at this time. Now, most of her family are either there at Balmoral or on their way. We know Camilla and Prince Charles are at Balmoral already. We know that Princess Anne is there. Prince Andrew is on his way. And we also know that Prince William and Prince Harry and Meghan are all on their way, clearly serious if her family is making the trek, making the effort to get up to Scotland immediately. Molly Hunter, NBC News, London.
The Make and Bib community is mourning the loss of beloved volunteer and community member Stephen Fulbright. He died Tuesday due to health complications. Fulbright was the vice president in sales and service for Visit Macon, and he was a key member of multiple local nonprofit organizations. Friends remember him as a patron of the arts. He performed in the Storytellers Macon Festival at the Grand Opera House. The Grand Opera House honored Fulbright Wednesday with a Broadway tradition of dimming the lights on its marquee.
He was the kind of person always cheering others on. His last name, Stephen Fulbright, just showed who he was. He was such a full, bright light for the city, and so we decided to put this message up on the marquee to show that our lights have dimmed a little bit without Stephen in them.
On Friday, the Grand Opera will release a podcast featuring Stephen's story from the Macon Storytellers event. September is National Library Card Sign-Off Month, and the Middle Georgia Regional Library is encouraging people to do just that. According to the Director of Libraries, the Middle Georgia Regional Library, only 42% of people across the system's 7-county area have a library card. She wants everyone to realize a library card gives people access to more than just books.
We have maker spaces, 3D printers, those types of things that especially young people are starting to really explore technology as problem solvers. You know, love that. But we also have Check Out a Librarian and technology classes in many of our libraries that help people overcome barriers.
To sign up for your library card, you need your state ID. If your residential address differs from the one on your ID, you'll need a bill with the correct address on it. Find a library near you by following the link in this story on our website, 41nbc.com. A moving company is partnering with a national campaign to give back to the community. 2 men and a truck in Macon is working with the One Warm Coat campaign to deliver coats for fall and winter. The moving company picked up 16 pallets of coat donations today and delivered them to First Choice Primary Care in Macon. Coats will go to those in need.
I've been involved with 2 Men in a Truck. It's something that we always did, was help charitable organizations. So the feeling of being able to help somebody out that's in need is just a great feeling. It's very rewarding to be able to know that you can help somebody.
One Warm Coat has served the nation for 30 years, keeping more than 1 million pounds of clothing out of landfills each year. Next, good news for people who love Apple products. We'll have a look at the company's newest offering.
Get news anytime on 41nbc.com and the 41NBC News app. 41NBC. Clear, accurate.
Tomorrow. That's it for your sports. Have a terrific Thursday.
When we come back, another look at your 41NBC AccuWeather forecast.
The Lee and Haley Show, weekdays at noon on 41 NBC.
Hi, it's me again. Miles per hour, and we'll get into the low to mid 80s later, but thunderstorm activity should ramp up as we head towards the evening.
Thanks for watching 41 today. You can keep it right here on 41 NBC for local news and weather at 5, 5:30, and 6. Enjoy the rest of your day.